everyone, welcome back to the Lucabeth Lounge, the cozy space for everybody who loves Lucas and Elizabeth from One Calls the Heart. Today we have me, Jillian.
And me, Div. Hi, guys.
And Linda's back. Hello, everyone.
Linda's back in the house. Today we don't have Blanca, but maybe she'll join later. We're hoping. She's putting her grandma to bed because she's the sweetest thing in the world. So we're hoping that Blanca can join us in a little bit, but we had to get started. So here we are. Okay, I'm so excited for today. We're talking about only good things and only the best things. We're doing our top three favorite Lucabeth scenes and our top 3 favorite Lucabeth kisses from season 9. All from season 9, just to clear that up. Okay, so just to clarify, we've done this before and it was actually really, really fun. We have not talked to each other about these, so we don't know what everybody has chosen as their favorite scenes. So some of them might overlap, but I honestly have a list of like 13, so we're good. And also these are not in order because that would be way too difficult to put them in order of like 1, 2, 3.
And
At
it's
least
discrimination. It's like scene discrimination. We don't do that sort of thing.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so who wants to go first?
You know what? If you're gonna give me the choice, I'll take it.
Go for it, Dev.
One of my favorites is the if we should marry scene. I love that scene. Just because, well, I mean, what am I supposed to say? It's the first time they discussed marriage, like very deeply discussed marriage. I like everything, though, even leading up to this scene. So I don't just mean like once he's sitting, I mean like as soon as she sees him or he sees her. It's just the sweetest scene. Add to it and then I'll add to it.
Okay. Well, I agree. It's also on my list, so I'm gonna pick a different one when I'm go.
Scratching it off my list too.
I mean, it's just I knew this was gonna be on everybody's list because it's so good. It's like maybe one, like I mean, it's one of the best scenes. Like you said, it's from the moment that he sees her, like the music that's playing and his little like smirk when he sees her and like he looks down and like shakes his head. It's just like it's too good. And then the one of my favorite parts about this scene is when she says "we" and he like giggles.
Elegant.
Oui. Because she speaks French. I just love it.
It's just the sweetest. I think it was John Tinker. Good Lord, I don't remember my interviews very well anymore. I'm sorry, it was Peter. Peter did an interview with the Facebook admins, and he wrote that episode. But it turns out the vows were written by John Tinker. So, and the other cool thing is Facebook mods. Hi guys, I want to make sure you're getting credit. The other thing I heard is I saw Neil Fernley's interview about this. He directed this episode, and apparently the original scene was written in terms of setting. It was actually supposed to happen at nighttime in front of the Mercantile, and then he changed it to dusk in front of the gas station, which I'm so glad he did. Apparently Aaron and Chris were like, no, we want nighttime, but I'm kind of glad he didn't listen. Because I think the kiss showed up better too. If it was nighttime, I don't know if it been as clear. So I think that scene came out exactly the way it was supposed to come out, with the looks and the dialogue and the, like I think it hit all the right beats the way it was. So.
And like doing it at dusk gave it this like little magical quality that we don't always see. And I feel like the fact that they did it at dusk is kind of impressive too, because I mean the sun is only setting for a few minutes, right? Like it only lasts for a few minutes with that lighting, so they had to have like just nailed it. So
yeah, I like that inside info. I was trying to stay spoiler free, so I miss out on a lot of the interviews. I'd like to go back and see them, but I like that change a lot myself as well. So
yeah,
I remember that was it Brian is the one that said one of the most romantic scenes ever in the history of the show, when he was kind of talking it up before. So, and I would tend to agree.
Yeah, he didn't disappoint. That did not disappoint.
No.
It was so good. And I love how the way, like, how they kind of say the same thing to each other, like the vows, you know, they say the same thing but like in different wording. I like, it was very well written.
Yeah,
so good.
I was surprised that Elizabeth was so open, because we haven't really seen that, and especially marriage, that's a big step. So because we hadn't even gotten the I love you yet, but they're talking about marriage, which, by the way, I know that I'm not the only one who had issues with the I love you being so late, but we won't get into that because we're supposed to be happy today.
It's a happy podcast.
Right.
Happy podcast.
We
Yeah.
knew that Elizabeth, though, because Elizabeth had said it when he was asleep. But anyway,
Yeah.
so we knew she was kind of leaning that way. So I guess that wasn't a surprise.
That was the nice thing, is we knew. I mean, we've
Mhm.
known since
Right.
like last season. Actually, I think since the end of season 7 that she was already there. But to hear her actually acknowledge it was nice in episode 4,
Mhm.
because we didn't actually get the declaration that he heard till 11. So
Right.
knowing her side of it was nice.
But they did say, like, the confusing thing to me was that, because they didn't say it, but like the end of season 8 in the finale, they said, like, I've fallen deeply for you. So it's like, you might as well just say it, right? Like,
A lot of people were expecting it in the finale. Which
I liked that they didn't say the words in the finale.
What?
Wait, you mean people are expecting it in the finale of season 8 or season 9?
No, in the finale of season 8, they were expecting the kiss and the I love you. So the fallen deeply was pretty much, it was pretty much,
It was-
admission.
Saying it without saying it.
And
Yeah.
I love that we heard them say, I've fallen deeply for you, without actually saying the words, because then we got to look forward to like them saying the words. But
We really looked forward to it for 11
yeah,
episodes.
we did. And then it was a little weird that it took so long, but that's fine. It's fine. We got to hear it, and it was really cute. So
Saving that for
fine.
another part.
yeah,
okay.
we've already talked about it. It's fine.
Okay, so my scene, the if we should marry, is my
Okay.
first one.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I have to say something. I have to confess something, because usually I have my Luca Beth Lounge mug, and I grabbed this one thinking it was my Luca Beth Lounge mug, but it's not.
Oh no.
It has a cow on it. So just pretend. It's fine.
That's
Sure.
right.
It's fine.
A cow in Hope Valley somewhere.
It's just a cow. I'm just gonna do it this way.
Isn't there a Lizzie cow? They named those kids renamed their cow.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
It fits. Even though
Nope.
it says Mentone, but that's fine. Okay. Anyway, should I go next? Linda, you want to go next? Linda, you go next.
Yeah, I'm ready. So
Okay.
one of my favorite scenes is when it's her birthday and they're laying on the floor. They're talking kind of about their childhoods and sharing a lot of really kind of more meaningful conversation that people have been looking for, right? They say they don't know much about their past, and especially Lucas's. And so it was nice. He was opening up a little bit there. You could see really kind of start to see him do that a little bit more.
Yeah.
And little Jack's right there in the middle, in between them, while they're having this meaningful conversation that really, had a lot of great moments, including the kisses, but we'll leave those for the next part. But anyway, so that was one of my favorite moments, because they were really sharing, things about that and about the future, and how this kind of is a representation of what he wants. It, this is what he wants. It's not the future, it's the present. So that was one of my favorites.
that was next on my list. I know we're not ranking, but that was that's the next one I'm going to talk about. So
Yeah.
nicely done. I'm slightly resentful. I'm just get to talk about more scenes.
Start
But yeah.
thinking of another one, Div.
That's right.
Yeah, that scene was so good.
Mhm.
I mean, I think the best moment of that, you guys can disagree or agree as you will. I think the best moment of the scene was when she was like, I hope that someday we can have the life that you've always wanted. And he's like, this is the life I've always wanted.
Someday I hope we might have the kind of life you've always wanted.
This is the kind of life I've always wanted.
Ah,
Yeah, I love that. And then I also love when she asks him to take little Jack to bed, and just the look on her face as he's carrying little Jack up the stairs was just
kisses
priceless.
him on the forehead. Ah.
Yeah.
It's too good.
Oh.
Yes. Div, what do you have to say about this scene?
So obviously it was second on my list. So I loved it a lot. So it kind of came to mind right away. Yeah, we haven't seen that so intimate. I feel like we're seeing, or we saw like different sides. I mean, it's a nighttime scene where they're like together and she's in her nightgown. And I remember Brian Bird posted about this one too. It was like being a romantic scene, and he called it a chaste romantic scene because I think he was worried that people would like look at the promo or the preview photo and be like, that's kind of scandalous. But no, but they had little Jack in the middle. It was like a family scene. And I love when she talks about her family because that's going to be his family pretty soon. So hearing her talk about it, talking to him, and I'm sure they've talked about it off screen. I mean, the last time I think they really talked about it was Christmas. So I'm really, I mean, it's just them on a different level.
And I love that when she's talking about like her family all gathering in bed together, like when there's a thunderstorm, and he's like, all five of you, you know that they've talked about her family. Like he knows that she has two sisters and there's five of them, like there's three girls, and it's just, those little like revelations of like, it's revealed that he knows this about her kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
Without being like, oh, I know that you have two sisters, you know.
Yeah.
Just that kind of thing is just really sweet, because then it just goes deeper because you know that they've had these conversations.
Yep.
And I mean, it's nighttime and they're laying on the floor together. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and even Lucas gets a little emotional there too when she's talking about, you must have some of these memories from your childhood, and you really didn't have many of the kind of memories that she had, and you could feel that emotion that he had too, which was another nice layer to this scene. So, but
yeah. Okay, can I point out something like really just not important about this scene? Have you guys noticed that Chris's hand is like it's like completely folded in half? Have you noticed that?
I've noticed.
I can watch.
But what about it?
I don't know. I just noticed it because my hand does not do that. Anyway, doesn't matter. But it's noticeable to me.
Because that was a fun fact.
Fun fact. His knuckles are really, I don't know, bendy. Anyway.
Flexible knuckles. Okay. Noted. Too funny.
I can't believe you guys didn't notice that.
It didn't look
because it didn't seem odd to me either. I guess I have flexible knuckles.
I mean, does your hand totally fold in half? I mean, Linda, we don't know. Anyway, okay.
This is the stuff that people come to listen to.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do the next time I watch this scene. I'm just gonna watch Chris' hand.
That's what I'm here for.
Size. Not even.
Okay, so it's my turn.
Yeah.
All right. No. Okay. I have to pick different ones because actually that one wasn't on my list because I knew that you guys were gonna pick that one. I'm gonna say the pillow fight.
You can be so frustrating sometimes. You know, you are very.
I love the pillow fight so much. I love it so much. I really hope we see the whole thing on the deleted scenes. And if we don't, I'm going to be really disappointed because there is obviously so much more to that scene that we didn't see. I mean, we know that because Erin tweeted about it. She was like, yeah, that actually like went on for a while and it ended like with him like pinning her down. So we need to see it, but also I just love it. I love that they're just like having dinner in her house. First of all, so cute. And then like their little argument and just the fact that she just gets so frustrated with them, she just like smacks him with a pillow and he's like, easy. Like
Hair.
I just love it.
Wait.
It's one of my favorites. It's on my list.
Yeah.
Top 3.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm upset that it felt so incomplete. And yes, I know we're trying to be all nice and positive, but the editing on that scene just really made me mad because it didn't even really fade to black or anything. It just went back into, did Angela and Landis start playing the piano before or after? I can't even remember.
They were playing before and after.
They were playing before and then they just like cut right back to it. They're like, and I was like, oh.
I'm
a very
so bad. Like, I mean, it was so obvious that the scene was cut. They could have kind of seemed like it ended with them hitting each other really quick, but anyway. And then Erin confirmed it, so we know for sure there's more. And I'm really, really hoping. I like messaged Edify about it and was like, please put it in. Like a little,
please. Well, yeah, he was like mid-sentence when it cut too. It wasn't even like mid-pillow fight. It was like mid-sentence. And then the playing the piano was like a super long scene. I was like, dude.
Sure.
But it is like Landis, really Landis.
Yeah,
and I think we were deprived of that not getting into our kissing discussion that we'll have later, because I think there probably ended with a really nice kiss that got cut too.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guess.
No, it did. I think that's what Erin was kind of insinuating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she said it ended with them like he like pinned her down, and then she's like, and then they made up, which obviously is like,
there we go.
They obviously made out a little.
I haven't heard that, so yeah.
Yep, said that.
What I love is how she lists off like things about him that she knows.
Yes.
Lucas Bouchard, you have read all about the Lewis and Clark expedition. You are fascinated with the Great Pyramids. Someday you hope to climb Mount Everest. I am not making too much of this. You just bought a motorcycle, for goodness sake.
Where she talks about what mountain does he want to climb? The Everest?
Mount Everest, yeah, which he shouldn't do.
I don't think that's gonna happen anymore. Poor
Especially
Lucas.
back in those days.
Yeah, it should have already happened.
Like, her husband died in a mudslide. I don't think climbing a mountain is a good idea.
That's a very good point. And he's a family man now. He's not gonna have that kind of time.
No.
And he's gonna have a very worried cousin too, right? So
yeah.
we don't wanna put our buddy in anxiety any more than he has been. And then she tells him like he's read this big book, the Lewis and Clark expedition, which would have been like very, very current back then.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that he's fascinated with this stuff. I love that we see that he's adventurous, he's intelligent. Like he's such a good fit for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And once again, it shows that they've had other conversations about their history, where they come from, what they've done, their lives that we don't see. They can't show all of it, and some of that kind of stuff would be completely boring for a drama on TV. So they can't show it all, but they have ways of showing it, and I think it.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
Well, I was just gonna say, I like that she kind of chided him about the bike and was like, dude, you just went and got this bike. But I would have liked to see the bike again. I would have maybe we will still, because I don't want it to be completely gone. Because I can see her saying it's dangerous and, not loving it, but he's going to be careful. It's something that I just don't want it gone. I don't know. I think there are people who are saying the same thing. But
well,
we'll
I
see.
think the danger of motorcycles these days is the other traffic, I feel like. And they didn't really have that yet, so I don't feel like it was that dangerous back then. But I think it just led into the adventurous spirit of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. This is another one of those well-written scenes where it's like I said earlier, and just reiterating what you're saying, Linda, how they just reveal things in a way, an intelligent way. Mm-hmm. Of just they've talked about these things. She knows these things about him, which I just love. So yeah, that's on my list. Div, it's your turn.
Yeah, it's my turn. Let's see. I'm gonna go with. I know we're gonna do the big ones, so I won't get into the big ones. I'll let you guys. I'll be generous and pass one over. Okay, so I'm gonna stick with. Oh my gosh, we're doing so much episode 5 right now. I like the first scene where Robert interrupts them. It's so cute because first of all, I think is that the first time we really see him in his streets, after oh my gosh, when is the last time we've seen him like that, casual like that? I think
the library building, maybe.
But he was still.
Yeah, no, and we briefly saw it at the start of episode 7. I'm sorry, season 7, when he's up there painting the library sign. But after that, we've seen him look casual like that, so it was very nice to see that. Elizabeth appreciated it too, so we know we're on the right track. I love how she checks him out when he's still not looking and he's just tinkering with the bike, and then he gets up. I'm like, dude, you're seriously apologizing for looking the way you do.
Yeah.
And I love that she's like, oh, you look very rugged. She can't stop checking this man out. She's just appreciating him in all his glory. And we already know she finds him handsome, which I love so much because she said it quite a few times now. And then this time she says rugged to go with the tousled hair. And then she's like, give me a kiss.
Mm-hmm.
She's not even, she's so bold now. She's just like, you're my guy.
Yeah.
You and me.
Yeah, here he was apologizing and she's like, no, that's quite all right.
Yeah. And he's like, of course I will oblige you. I will give you your kiss. And I'm glad that we at least got a partial kiss and rather not just nothing. But seriously, Robert, what are you thinking? If there are two people kissing, who the heck goes and interrupts them? But I guess
run the other way, Robert.
Well,
and to deliver their mail, it's no, you go to their business or their house. You don't.
Yeah.
Hey.
Probably not back then, but anyway, it's no, go away.
Yeah, and I love Robert. But what's funny is after they get caught and they're slightly embarrassed, Elizabeth goes,
Mrs. Thornton, I have your mail here too.
She doesn't actually say any words, but she that is her way of responding, and it's just, oh my gosh, so cute. Robert got an eyeful.
Yeah.
And then I think he was supposed to see that because then he later has that conversation with Lucas, where Lucas is super uncomfortable.
He's like, hey, Lucas, can you give me some advice? Because you seem to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I know. In the when they get caught and they turn around, Aaron's hair is all
Excellent.
it's all disheveled and stuff. It's so funny. This was on my list too, Dev.
Yes, it was on mine. And when I was watching 5, I'm like, this is probably one of their better episodes for these two.
It was my
favorite.
I love the way she says rugged too. She's like, oh no, you look rugged.
They look very rugged.
Well, then when Robert leaves, he's like, oops.
Yeah. Oops. Oh, the oops. Oh my gosh. Whoops.
Oops.
It's the best
They
part.
have a good giggle. Yeah.
Dang it, Robert. Well, I knew we were gonna get at least a couple interrupted kisses. I expected our
Yeah.
sweet Gustav to interrupt one, which did not happen. It might still happen in season 10.
He interrupted, but not a kiss. Yeah.
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 Then as the season goes along, sometimes when they get interrupted, it doesn't matter. It's like they just go right back after the interruption's over. Yeah. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
I've already pre-forgiven him for when it happened. I'm be like, oh, there's my buddy.
We're like,
But-
oh yeah, there's the Gustav interruption. We were expecting that. Okay. Are we good on that one?
We are very good on that one.
Mhm.
Very good. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, Linda, you go. You're next.
Okay. My next one is going to be when Lucas was keeping the secret about May Sue being married, and Elizabeth didn't quite like that, and so she was trying to withhold the kiss.
Mm-hmm.
She was doing her best to just withhold from giving him a kiss goodbye when she left, but ultimately the girl made the right decision. I don't know. I just love the banter, the fun banter in that scene. So it was one of my top ones. So
Yeah. I love that she just like she finds out this news and she just like goes straight to him. She's like, Lucas,
Lucas.
Hi.
I have to tell you something. That's cute.
Right.
yeah, to find out he already knew. What's that, Dave?
I was just gonna say, little miss, you know I don't like gossip. That's
Yeah.
what she Rosemary. And then the
Yeah.
first thing you hear is she's like, guess what, Lucas?
I just heard that May Sue
He's married.
Mhm.
Too funny.
I mean, you got to tell your person the things that you know.
That's
And
right.
then she's like, wait, you didn't tell me?
Yep.
She's all hurt.
Okay.
Okay, my turn.
Yes.
Okay. 2 of mine were taken and one of them I already said. So I got to pick a different one. Okay. I don't think this is going to be on your list, but it's one of my favorites. I've got Scones. I love that scene when she's like, I baked scones.
Oh, I have freshly baked scones.
How early were you up?
I love it. I love it. When he just, okay, so first of all, it's the first time we see him come into her house, which obviously is not the first time that he goes into her house. And I thought I was going to be really disappointed. I was maybe a little bit disappointed that we didn't see the first time, but in hindsight, it doesn't matter. And I kind of love that he's been in her house before and we haven't seen it. And he just like waltzes right in. And the fact, okay, I love it so much because he goes all the way to her house just to like give her the paper and say good morning. And she's all like bubbly, like you guys know how much I miss bubbly Elizabeth. And I just love it. She bakes scones and they have that little like argument again. I love it when they argue.
Elizabeth, you know that your clock is running 5 minutes too fast.
Yes.
Yeah, because he's over there really, really early too, because she's like, wow, you're here so early. Jack's not even up yet. So he was excited to see her after, having been away for a month or 2 months or whatever it was. And she's just as excited for him she didn't even know he was coming, but it was very bubbly. So
I know. And then like the way that, I don't know why, but I just love the way that he's like, I can't stay. The way he says it is so cute.
I can't stay.
And then her face when he leaves. Yeah.
You forgot the most important part.
The
What
kiss?
does he do before he leaves? Yeah,
What's
we're
that?
gonna
He kisses her on the nose. I know. It's so cute.
Fine.
He's just like,
Oh,
"Mwah."
did you see that for like your nose, like for a kiss, or did you just not get to that part yet? And I said it too soon.
Well, it's on my list. It's on my top 3, but it's on my list in case you guys steal my kisses. So
see. Oh my god. That was an apple. I freaked
An
out.
apple falling on your head.
No, an apple just fell off the tree and it freaked me out. Anyway. Sorry. Um, where was I? Friggin' apple.
the kiss and the kiss on the nose.
Yeah, that's very creative. That because I think I was just thinking lips, and now I'm like, man, I could have done so many other ones if I was gonna do hand or forehead, or nose, obviously. But
Oh
anyway,
yeah. I watched the Jillian put together of their kisses. I watched it just for this specific so I could see them all.
They're all right there for you.
Yep. The hand, the kiss, the forehead, the nose,
If you're
and
watching this
and
and
they
you don't know
mixed
what
it.
Linda's talking about, I put together a compilation of kisses, actually 2 of them, because I did a long version and a short version, one with context and one without. They're on our Instagram. So go follow us on Instagram if you're not following us. And it's there. It's there. Just go find it.
I love that.
37 kisses. This includes hand kisses and forehead kisses and nose kisses and lip kisses. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's one of mine. So Div, your next one, your last one.
Okay, I left like 2 big ones for you guys.
No.
None of us are going to say them.
You weren't going to say them?
No, I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking, but
I'll let you know when now I don't know if I should be gracious here and let you guys have it.
No.
just say it.
You just say one of those.
Okay. No, actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to because one of my other ones doesn't have a kiss in it, so I can't say it like for the kisses. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, your favorite scene doesn't have anything to do with the kiss. Like
No,
another.
Yeah. Okay. Balloon. That's underrated scene, but it's such a cute scene. It's like
so good.
And like the way they hold each other, they don't let go. And yes, okay, so part of it is that you're up in heights and the basket is very small, but like they don't lose physical contact at all. Like he has his hand on her hip and then he looks away and I could have used it for the cheek kiss.
Yeah,
but anyway,
I was just gonna say there's a kiss there.
I know, but that's the thing is I was thinking lip to lip when I put my list
Mhm.
together. Get creative and think outside the box. So anyway, I'm gonna use this balloon one. And then did you see that look she gives him like after he gives her the kiss? Like I get so shy when I see it. Like when they make eye contact. I've already told you, Jillian, I get very shy when they look at each other sometimes. And I like blush so hard when I see it. But then after he gives her that kiss and she looks into his eyes, it's intense. It's pretty intense. And I think we don't really feel it, but it's there because then the camera kind of zooms out and then she turns around and then of course he hugs her from behind. She puts his hands there. She like grabs it.
Yeah, she does.
Or on her stomach. So the thing I wanted to say is we got like a few different snippets, so like a few different parts of that scene in like the promos and stuff. And I think we got part of this actual scene in like one of the snippets, I don't know, that they did. So we'd seen quite a few moments from this scene. But when I saw it, I was like blown away by like you can feel like this shift from the end of the library kiss in season 8 where yes they're together to now they're like so comfortable with the physical contact and you get to see them like this bona fide couple. And Chris and Aaron do a really good job with their hands. Like they are very conscious of like, okay, we're together now, like we need to be like in physical contact with each other. We need to I don't want to say sell it because they don't really have to try. It just kind of is a very natural, very organic thing. So I love that.
Yeah, and I mean the kids are there and she, seeing them take off and she's not having any problem with being public about it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it when they're getting in the balloon too, and she's like, Lucas, why are they putting the rope inside? And he's like, it's okay, and he like squeezes her shoulders. He's like, I'm coming with you. Ah, ugh. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love he's like testing the ropes to make sure he's still on top of it.
And he's
He
like,
knows how to do
I know how to
everything.
pilot an air balloon, and she's like, oh, somehow I'm not surprised. Like,
Even though-
yeah, I know, because I know you so well.
Yeah.
And then one of my favorite parts of that scene is when they are taking off and she just happens to get a little jolt that sends her right into him, just like Jillian did there.
That's a throwback to when Div.
Yes. So, always there supporting her.
Mm-hmm. I also love before he kisses her cheek, he like searches her face, which I don't know why. I just think that is so sweet. When he just like looks at her face up and down and then just like, I'm gonna kiss you on the cheek.
Yeah. I forgot the other part when he says trust me and the way she with him.
Trust me.
I trust you. I do.
And we saw the trust me in the previews, but we didn't see her response. And I just love that like look she gives him. And then it's very significant. Like the way she says it, and she's like, I trust you. Like she wanted to get it. I was watching season 7 the other day. I was watching episode 9, where Elizabeth tells Rosemary, this is very, very brief, but this is after she finds out that Lucas just submitted the chapters to his mother without telling her, and she's mad at him. She's like, I don't know if I trust him.
Oh yeah.
Then now I'm watching this, and she's just like this pure I can't even say the word today. Unadulterated. Okay, you have to cut that part out, dude. Cut that part out. It's embarrassing. I can't say the word. Unadulterated.
There you go.
Like a very like pure look of no doubts whatsoever about him and his character and his decisions. So they've come along. And even when she says it in like season 7, it lasts like 10 minutes and then she's like over it. But I just thought about how she actually said the words like, I don't know if I can trust him. Like, shut up, Elizabeth. Of course you can.
Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't connected that before. I know. I love the way she says that too. And she's just like kind of like taken aback by it. Like he's like, trust me. And she's like, oh, I do. I trust you. I do. And then she like reiterates it when she says, I do. Also, I do. Like they could have written any other words, but I'm just saying, I do. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a really good scene, and it's long.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah. That was one of my complaints about the season was the short scenes. So yeah, this was nice and long. So it was.
And they weren't interrupted by anybody or anyone.
They were high in the sky, going wherever the wind takes them. And oh, my chickens are being really loud. Can you hear my chickens?
I can't hear them.
Okay. So yeah, I like, you know how we wanted a hug really bad, and then we like finally got one kind of like in the finale. But when I was rewatching this to like pick my favorite scenes, I definitely put this on my list because of all the reasons that we've talked about, but also like he hugged her from behind, which is maybe even better. I don't know. I mean, just the snuggles. I'm here for the snuggles.
Yes.
So good. Okay. Linda, your turn, right?
It is. I have 4 still left that I was like, oh, these would be. But anyway, there's the low hanging fruit that's been left for me. So I think I will go with the proposal.
There we go. That was what I was thinking.
I know what the 2 are you're talking about, but it's like, okay, I'll go with the low hanging fruit. So the proposal, because it has to be mentioned. So just I know we talked about this on a whole podcast just about the proposal, but anyway, it still needs to be mentioned again because just the way it was, just their acting in that whole scene from the beginning till the end was just fabulous, and you could feel the emotion and sense the moment, and you know, they did a really great job. And then just his words to her when he was actually proposing, saying that, you know, what did he say?
Allow me to be a father to your son. And agree to be my wife. Elizabeth, will you marry me?
Yes.
Yeah, it was just, yeah, tops, one of the tops for me.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're talking about it, Linda, because you weren't there for this podcast. Were you there for this
I
one?
was there for that one. Yeah,
You were-
it was the other one that I missed.
Oh yeah, you missed the last one.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
yeah,
But you were the
so,
one- Yeah, you made the good point that I hadn't thought about, where you were like, well, logistically speaking, it couldn't happen on the bridge because little Jack, like, being on like this narrow thing wouldn't work by the water. So I'm
Mhm.
glad you pointed that out, because I had my heart set on bridge.
yeah,
And the railing. She made the point about the railing. If you
the
could have
railing
on
and
one
getting
of
down
these,
on the
the
knee.
railing would be like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, the more you watch it, the more you fall in love with it. I mean, every time I watch it, it's just gets better and better. So
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to add one thing. That scene doesn't have very many views on YouTube. It makes me so sad. It has like, I checked like yesterday or the day before, I think it's like 67,000 right now, which makes me so sad because the kiss, when we got the bridge kiss at the end of season 8, it was at like what 100,000 or 200,000 or something like that within a week. Like, it was like people were watching that thing like anything. So I'm a little disappointed. So guys, go watch that a few times, okay? Add to the view count.
You guys know what to do. Okay, my turn. My last one. Oh gosh, I have to pick from so many because now I'm on my B list. Oh, okay. The I love you whisper.
I love you.
Come on.
That was
One
my
of
other
the
one.
best. Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
Yep.
That's not really on my B list. I don't know why that's not on my A list. It is one of my favorite scenes. Like, I will watch that over and over. It is so like the fact that he's sleeping on her couch and she sees him sleeping. I don't know. There's something about like the fact that she sees him sleeping. It's just so cute, right? I don't know. And then like the way she like on his like stomach.
Yes, darling.
And calls him darling.
I know.
Darling. And like just the way they're like whispering to each other, and then the way that they look at each other and don't say anything for a while. And the hand tower.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually thought you were gonna say I love you as in episode 11.
That's what I thought you were thinking she was talking about, but yeah, I kind of.
No, the whisper is up there higher than that for me.
It's cute. It's really sweet. Also, I love that Elizabeth is the one who initiates hand contact. Have you noticed her hand, or her putting her hand over his hand? Talk about a contrast from season 8. It's huge. It's huge.
Yeah, she like reaches or like touches his hand first, and then he puts his hand on hers, and then she like just can't get enough, and she puts her other hand on his too.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be touching you with both of my hands.
Sure.
So sweet. And you know how I do that thing where, okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic, but since we're talking hands really, really quick, super, super quick. So you know how I do my stupid, weird comparison things, right? Like where I go, I know that's true. After I said it, I was like, no, it's not stupid. It's genius.
Yeah. It's the best.
Like, yes. Where I'll go back and like look at another season and then be like, oh my gosh, look how far they've come. Or I'll go to like that specific episode. So like I'll go to like season 8 episode 1 and then go to season 9 episode 1 and like see like how far they've come. Well, in this case, I was looking at season 8, episode 7, where they're all waiting for news on Ned in the saloon, and he comes over with the tea and he puts his hand over hers and she pulls her hand away. In
Mhm.
season 9, we have a scene of them sitting in the saloon where she puts her hand on his, like she goes and like touches his hand. And then we have one in like episode 8 too, that's pretty much the same thing, where they're sitting at a table in the saloon and she, oh no, in this one they're already holding hands. But anyway, I just love that they've come so far, that like now the hand touching and like the like, hey, here's my hand too, like it's come
Mhm.
so far.
Yeah.
So, sorry, go back to your point, because yes,
No,
the hand
no, but
touching-
to add to your point, I mean, I'm fine with this topic. To add to your point, when they're in the saloon and they're just like, they're literally going like this, and then he like touches her, he like runs his hand up her arm. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have anything to say about it except to just point it out that it's like,
Yeah, there's so many tiny little moments that we can mention in this, but we'll have
Yeah,
to have our own
I
little
made a list of
discussion on it.
favorite tiny moments
There
while
we
I was doing this as well, and it's a long list. It's a
Yeah.
long list.
Yeah. But the reason, the thing I like so much about the I love you when she says it when he's asleep is that she's the first to say it. And a lot of people wanted her to be the first to say it, not him.
Mhm.
And yet, so she kind of said it first for us, but yet when they actually do their I love yous, he says it first to her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We got the best of both worlds.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Me too.
Sorry, I was going back to that handhold from episode 6. I'm sorry, 7 of this season. They cut out a portion of it because in one of the spoiler photos, he's kissing her hand.
Which scene?
Yeah.
The one where they're sitting, I didn't like the dialogue on this one because it was very, very
Oh.
choppy.
The penny for your thoughts.
Yeah, the penny for
Yeah.
your thoughts, where they cut out dialogue because it made no
Mhm.
sense. And oh, our sweet guy does interrupt them at that point.
Thanks, Gustav.
Which is fine. You know, he's already pre-forgiven, like I said. But there's a promo photo of him kissing her hand, and that was edited out. Which why? Or don't show us the edited stuff. Like, don't.
Yeah. Well, maybe they didn't know it was cut out. I don't know.
True.
Yeah, I'm really hoping to see all that stuff on deleted scenes this year. I really, really, really hope that we see all
Yeah.
that.
Because there's another one from episode 5 where she's like stroking his face before the race. It's
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure it's his face, which we don't see.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? Come on, then cut out somebody else's scenes, you know. Like,
The pages. No. Okay, so also when I was doing this, when I was rewatching, we obviously knew that they cut out some of the red dress stuff because that also didn't really make sense. It was like there was stuff cut out. But like, did you guys notice right before it cuts, like after they do the little they're in Lee's like, how are we ever gonna tell them apart? And then they do the little pose. Lee like reaches for Elizabeth's hand and then it just cuts. So there was definitely like stuff cut.
wait, Lee reaches for
Yeah.
Elizabeth or Lucas?
Yeah. No, Lee does.
Oh.
Like, because right before that, he's like, how are we ever going to tell them apart? So, I mean, obviously we already knew that they cut stuff out, but there was for sure because he reaches for her hand. So yeah, hopefully there's a lot of deleted scenes.
See, we're kind of doing the same thing. We're like not mentioning some of the great scenes because we have certain time that we're only doing our top 3. So think of all the scenes we're leaving on the cutting room floor that deserve their attention today.
True.
Yeah.
Should we list our other ones real quick? I mean, I don't know if you guys have like a ton. I have like literally 13.
I didn't list a ton. I didn't because I kind of knew how this was gonna go for the most part. So I didn't list a ton.
So what are you deleting off just run through your list real quick.
Who?
Me?
Oh,
Jillian
Jen.
said she had a list.
yeah.
I have a few others that.
Okay. I had the balcony at night,
Mhm.
which was like kind of cheating because it was like 3 scenes, but all of it so good. I had about the phone. Are we arguing? I don't know. That's up to you.
Are we arguing?
Well, that's up to you.
I love that scene. And then I have, let's see. Oh, okay. This was kind of more like a tiny moment, but when he comes out of the saloon and just like scoops her hand up and kisses it, and then when he's like, well, I can run you home, but I'm gonna take the long way to avoid this, and she's like, I don't know, more time to spend with you, and he goes, come on.
Come on.
I love that scene too.
You take the long way.
Yeah. And then the bonfire when they snuggle, kind of, and then the family photos. I love that they're both like fixing Jack's clothes and his hair and stuff. Like they both are equally like concerned about the way, like, oh, let's make this look good, you know. I just think that's so cute. But yeah, that's my list. Besides all the things that we already talked about.
That's right.
Okay. Should we move on to kisses?
Yeah.
Okay. Top 3 kisses.
Get to
This is harder to narrow down than the other.
This shouldn't come as a surprise. If we were to marry kiss, come on. Ooh. Okay, Jane, you're not the only one who gets to cheat. I love the kiss after, like,
Cheat
when
away. Go ahead.
he eats her and then he like dips her a little bit and they kiss.
Oh yeah. Both. So you're saying both of the kisses from this scene?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I was just gonna say the end at the end. I think that's their most passionate one from season 9. I think it's up for debate a little bit. I think there's 1 or 2 more. I know you like another one. Which one you really like? But for me, this was the most passionate. But dang it, I want like library level. Maybe in season 10. But this was good. This is some good kissing. And then he like, he cradles her jaw with his fingers, and then he takes the lead on his kiss. He's kind of it's like, and he's leading her, and she's just kind of like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah, the grabbing the chin, that was.
Yes.
Well, and so I noticed that this is I think the first time that they ever, like, he's like lower than her, he's always like taller than her. So it's like his first time, like, that we see, at least. I don't know, maybe they've kissed like this before, but it's like his first time like kissing up. You know what I mean? Such a weird thing.
No, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about that. But yeah.
Yeah. So he has to like pull her in because he's like, you're taller than me. I gotta pull you in. Also, this is the only kiss I think that we don't hear them kissing. And I kind of wonder if she did her little like
A little giggle.
Because she does that,
She really does.
Maybe it was just too much and they had to cut out the audio because it's just music. Maybe they're like, this is too much. We gotta just, I don't know. But yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah.
And like you said, when he like the first one in the scene, when I just love that he's just so tired, he just like falls into her kind of, and like that's kind of why he like dips her back, because he's just like, I'm so tired, but give me a kiss. And then she pulls his suspenders. That's a good one. Okay. Am I going next? Or Linda, are you going next? Are we going the same order?
Yeah, we'll just go in the same order. Okay, I'm gonna go with the kiss at the door at night.
That's
Sorry, I was like, oh yeah, that's probably number 1, maybe 2 for me. I haven't decided yet. Yeah, I mean, The first one was just kind of a brief kiss goodnight, and then he kind of is starting to leave, and then it's like, no, I need more of that. And he goes back, and there's just like many, many kisses, and it's pretty passionate. And, yeah.
It's the best one.
I
In
believe
my-
he grabs his face. I mean, her face, like he does that a lot, but I can't remember in that one if he did that. I might have to go watch it one more time.
If he grabs her face, he doesn't
Yeah.
grab her face. It's fun.
No, okay. I was like,
No.
did I miss? Because usually
No,
I write down those kind of comments on my
It
notes.
definitely bends backward though.
The bends.
I've said this on Twitter, but if you missed this, so okay, on the second kiss, she makes her little noise, which is so cute. But the first kiss, if you missed this, you gotta go turn it up. You gotta watch it and turn it up. After the first kiss, he does this little like I don't want to leave kind of thing. Oh my gosh. And I didn't notice it until like the 50th time I watched it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, he makes a noise. and then he goes back in because he's just like, I can't leave yet. Like, I have to kiss you again. And then she's like totally into it.
Yeah, she was fine with it.
She's
And then
always-
the nose nuzzle, we have to talk about the nose nuzzle because it's my favorite thing. I mean, ugh. I was gonna say something else. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh yeah. Okay, so like before the first one, when she just like kind of like leans on the door rail, or like what is it called? The doorway?
The door frame.
The door frame, thank you.
You're welcome.
She just like leans on it and she just like gives him that little smirk, like it's one of those moments where they just have that communication, like that nonverbal communication where they just like know, like, I know you don't want to leave and I know I don't want you to leave, and she's like, so good night, and he's like, good night. Yes, my favorite all-time top one favorite kiss. But now it's my turn. Sorry, go again. Yay! Blanca!
Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, no,
No,
not
we're just starting the kisses, so
We're just starting the okay. We're just starting the kisses. I want to hear Blanca's top 3 scenes. We'll just list them through and then we'll pick up where we left off. So what are your favorite scenes?
I have picked the gas station scene, of course. I'm sure you guys have as well.
We did.
yeah, that was our first one too, or that was Dan's first one.
Really? I'm not surprised. And then I've also picked I've named it couch conversation scene. Maybe it's not a good way to call that scene. The one where he was asleep and Elizabeth goes and they talk. I love that one as well.
Me too.
You guys mentioned it?
Yes, we did.
Did Jillian did? Oh.
I have it on you. On you. That was really good, a really good one. And then I've also picked the I love you scene.
Yeah. Okay, we didn't actually talk about that
That's
one.
one we didn't get to.
Yes.
Really?
That was
Let's talk about it.
The funny thing is that I picked it not specifically because of the I love you, but because of what she says before, when she says, we know each other better than this.
We know each other better than this.
I love that line because I think it's true. I think they really did know each other quite well by then. And I don't know, for me, it was a really lovely way to portray how deep their bond was at the time. And yeah, I don't know. It was a very simple line, if you will, but it meant a lot and it implied a lot, I think. So that's why I chose that one as well.
yeah, because they've been having those communication issues that they, have doubting each other when they really don't need to, and they know
Right.
them better. So it's perfect that they recognize that they were faltering in that area.
True. Despite the misunderstandings, they really know what the other one was feeling or where the other one was coming from, and I think that was the most important part.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about the I love you scene too is when he says I love you, she says I love you. She doesn't say I love you too. I always think that too is so unnecessary, and I just love that they didn't have her say that at the end of it. It's just I love you.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I love you.
I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like that her line of "we know each other better than this" is what triggers him to say "I love you."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
Yeah, because it does. Like you said, Blanca, it just goes so deep. It's like, I mean, going back to season 8, like before they were like together, she was like, he just knows me so well. Like he knew something was going on. And it's that, again, it's that nonverbal communication that they have. That's like, you can't explain it. It's just, they just know each other so well. And then she's like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Why is this? We know each other better than this. And he's just like, yeah, I love you.
Right.
Yeah.
As you said, they already know that they loved each other, but they hadn't said it. So it's very poetic.
I'm trying to be good today and not grumble about it taking so long for them to say it. I'm saving that for another day.
Okay.
I'm gonna be good about it. But I love that there's like a 5-second delay between when she says we know each other better than this, and then they just stare at each other for like 5 seconds. And then he's like, I love you. And it like adds to the significance and the depth. And Jillian was a little annoyed with me when the scene came out because I was having such a hard time watching it. No, I'm a total weirdo. Like when they get like so intense and like they stare at each other like that, I get so shy. I to do it, I get so shy. Like it's hard for me to even look at them, like saying it, like looking at each other like that. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You want, I mean, good in the sense that like it affects me so deeply.
Yeah.
I mean, I did end up watching it, but it took me a while because I like that. The library scene from season 8, the finale, is my all-time favorite Lucabeth scene, and I still have a hard time like looking at them. I know.
You weirdo.
I know. That's a thank you.
I'm just kidding. You know I love you.
We were like texting, I think, that day, like right after that episode, where we're like, oh my gosh, they finally said it. And then I was like, I don't know, I haven't watched that.
Yeah, I was like, what? I'm like, I watched it 83 times. I don't know what you're doing.
I watched it the first time after it was like so weird. Yeah.
I mean, I can't relate.
It'll happen, and I'm sure I'll be doing that during the vows too. I'm gonna be like,
you're not gonna be able to watch their wedding. Okay. So those are Blanca scenes. Oh, okay. I'm so glad this worked out. I'm so glad you're here, Blanca.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so now we're on the kisses, and I was just about to say my first one, and then you will go after me. So it goes Div, Linda, me, Blanca. Okay.
We should probably tell her which two we've already done, right?
What?
We should tell her which two we've already done.
Oh yeah. So Div's was the gas station. After she was finally able to watch it, it became one of my favorites. And then Linda's was what was yours?
Your 4-star, stealing your 4-star, the one on the porch at night
which
is
which is my top favorite. Okay, and then so my after that one, I'm going to my list, was the what the heck kiss. It's on my list. It's one of my favorites. I love it so much. I just love how she like looks him up and down and she's just like, I can't not kiss you. What the heck?
Oh, what the heck?
In the saloon with everybody around them, just grabs him and kisses him. And then he's just like, whoa. But like, I also love the way his hands like linger on her, like on her sides. And then when she leaves, his hand is still like on her back and she giggles. I don't know. It's just, he like looks around. He's like, drinks his tea.
Victory sip.
But that was your favorite one? Your favorite one, or there is no order for you?
Oh,
One
no,
of your
there's no
favorite.
order. No
Okay.
order.
Okay.
Although I do, my top favorite one is the porch kiss,
Okay.
which but Linda stole it from me.
Yeah.
So.
Because we're not allowed to repeat.
No.
So we're all doing different ones. So
Yeah. So if someone steals yours, you have to go on to the next something else on your list.
Okay.
But yeah, the rest of them are not ordered for me.
Yeah.
Your turn.
So I have to mention one that hasn't been mentioned by you girls, right?
Yep.
Or no?
Oh, yes.
I'm
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah.
Okay. And you've already mentioned the gas station one and the porch one, right?
Yeah.
And now-
Were those on your list?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Obviously.
Obviously. So the only one that hasn't been mentioned that is on my list is the one interrupted by Robert.
Mhm.
I love that one.
Mr. Bouchard?
Robert.
Mhm. Me
It's
too.
a shame it was interrupted, but still, either way, it was very satisfying. Very,
Yes.
agree. And one on my list as well. But I mean, I got a long list for the kisses. So
It's on mine too. But yeah, long
Yeah.
list.
okay.
but yeah, I mean, I love how she says, be quiet and give me a, she's just like demanding at that point, right?
I know.
Be quiet and give me a kiss.
I like
I
that it was a little bit longer than others, even though it was interrupted, but still, it lasted a bit more.
It was like it was interrupted, but they didn't really stop like right when it was interrupted.
Right away.
Mr. Bouchard?
Robert.
Like
True.
they kind of kept like they lingered a bit and then
That's
it was a
point.
good one. And I think, is it the first time he grabs her face? I don't know.
So, yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
I think so too. And
Yeah,
he's just like,
pretty sure.
the way his eyes are like kind of like sleepy. He's just like, he's rugged. He's looking rugged. And he just grabs her face and
And the flirting from him also right before,
You look very rugged.
Oh, I don't normally.
that was really, really sweet as well.
my
Mhm.
face is kind of hot, honestly. I'm kind of blushing. I think I'm blushing.
You see?
Rat. Yeah, it's a good one.
It fills you.
Yep, 'cause
But
it
I'm
made one of
like-
it made one of our favorite scenes too. So we
Mhm.
talked about it
Yeah.
as well as the kiss. I knew the kiss would be one coming up too. So for sure.
Right, and she touches his hair, which was also nice
Right.
touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of wish
Pretty
that
good.
Robert would have said, like, he's like, all right. He just like walks away. I kind of wish that he was like, as you were. But then the whoops is so
Yeah.
good. We mentioned that earlier, but so good.
Oops.
Okay. Div, your turn.
It is.
Yeah.
Good. Mine we haven't talked about this scene. So from the finale, when she's telling him that his possessions don't matter, you have it, don't you? You have it.
Yep.
I know we talked about this kids before.
Yeah.
But it is, it's the way he grabs. So I guess grabbing the face and kissing is a Lucas thing now. It's going to be like Lucas' signature move. Now.
Yeah.
But that is just, those two kisses, so sweet. Like, just the way he grabs her. Actually, like when the camera zooms out, like very, very briefly, you can see that they're holding hands. They were holding hands, and then they let go, and then he comes in and he grabs the sides of her face. And oh my gosh, I just love that kiss.
He like runs his thumb
Yeah,
on her
the thumb.
jawline.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So good.
So
You know,
sweet.
the lower part of her face.
Because I think I mentioned on the podcast about that episode how that might be my favorite kiss, and it still might. I haven't really been able to put them in order because there's just too many that all deserve to be like my favorite kisses. So
Yeah, Linda, you and I agreed that was like one of our favorite kisses.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, I
actually,
remember
at the time, Div, you were like, "Really?" And we
Yeah.
were like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." So I'm glad
I
we come
remember
around
that.
to it.
She's coming
It's
around.
grown on you.
It's a good one. What?
Grown on you.
That's awesome.
It grew on me. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, Linda, you up?
Okay. I'm gonna go with the one through the jail bars, I think.
You too.
It was Our Time Has Come, and he says, yes, it has.
Our time has come. Yes, it has.
And then he just leans in and they kiss through the bars, and of course he grabs her chin. Yep. So, and she just has a schoolgirl giddiness about the gift and just the whole kiss, and yeah. And then of course it gets interrupted by Bill, but they don't really let Bill completely interrupt it because they kind of still are kissing even when he starts talking. So it's like, okay, well, I guess we have to stop. But yeah, because it just shows, she came to the jail, believes in him and all that. But the kiss itself was just
So cute.
grabbing that chin again. So
The chin grab. I mean, come on. And yeah.
face
Ugh,
grab or the chin grab.
yeah.
Very handy.
Anytime
Like-
he touches the face.
Yeah, because I think like Div said, they're very good and expressive with their hands, just in scenes and really in their kisses as well. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like you said, that her little schoolgirl, like the way that she's like anticipating his reaction to the inscription on the back of the watch. She's just like, what do you think? And he's like, yes, it has. Come here, baby.
oh,
So good. And I mean, come on, through a jail bar.
yeah, nothing was gonna stop.
And like, we know that he's in there for like false accusations, so it's not like he's in there for like a good reason. And he's just like, the fact that he's in jail, but like he didn't do anything wrong. And she goes and visits him, and then
I find it funny that I don't know the word to say this, but what's written right next to the jail,
There's a sign.
yeah. Remember what's written?
I don't
on
remember
that?
what it says though. So
I noticed the season finale because there were so many scenes at the jail with Henry, so I ended up reading the whole thing, and I think some of the lines that were written said something about not talking with the person who is inside or something like that.
oh really?
I find it,
So they're
I find it
breaking the
very
rules
funny
too,
that
so you
not
say.
only they talk, but they also kiss. So they're
Oh,
probably breaking many rules.
naughty, so scandalous. Oh my gosh.
Go, Beth. Break
No
them.
kissing the prisoners.
They didn't say that, but
It's
yeah.
not a conjugal visit.
it's kind of implied. It's
They weren't that specific.
goes without saying.
But like Bill and AJ, what's her face? They like full on make out in that cell. Was that like season 3 or AJ Foster?
With Bill?
Yeah.
What did they?
I
The
didn't,
gym
I didn't remember that.
there too.
Okay, whose turn is it?
It is
Yours.
Me?
your
Yeah.
Jillian.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna say the have a great day. Have a great day. When he goes to her house and she's like, oh, he's like, you rang, and she's like, no, but it's really nice to see you. And then I mean that time, that's not the piece I'm talking about. But then when he touches her face, kisses her, and he goes, have a great day, and she's like,
Have a great day.
Thank you.
She's still like got her eyes closed like after he pulls away. Even.
Right, I remember that.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Some of
And I think I've mentioned this before, I think on, I don't know what podcast, but the music on this part is like,
Have a great day.
it's like so genius on the music. It's like right on.
Yeah. While we're talking about like music and what you noticed, I had not noticed the coming home music background from episode
The gas
5.
station?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the gas station. I had noticed that. Nice cat.
And it's like coming home. Come on home.
Cheese is called, not the gas station.
I know. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I like that one.
So I have to think of another one that hasn't been said. I think I could also include among my favorites the I love you one, because I mean, some people complain that it wasn't, I don't know, very passionate, but I don't think it was the moment for that. I don't know, in my opinion, it was really sweet, and I also like their reactions after the kiss. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a moment to make out for a long time. I think it's more, it's the kind of moment where you want to look into each other's eyes and communicate, right? That's the way I see
Yeah.
it.
He grabs her face again.
Well, I also, oh, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, that's okay. It's just because he grabs his face again, and then they have huge grins after it. It's a short, but it's a sweet and passionate kiss, even though it's short.
Yeah.
Well, and I've heard people say that it was too short, but honestly, I feel like it was just short because they're smiling so hard that like they can't keep kissing because they're just like, ah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and do you want that really to override kind of the moment of the I love yous? You know, that was the kind of the key thing about that moment.
Yeah.
And I just think that it would.
Great. So, yeah.
Okay. Div. Last
You know
one.
So happy. The kisses at nighttime. So one of my favorite scenes we've already talked about, but the nighttime kisses.
Yeah.
And they're on the floor.
Yeah.
And there's 2 different times, right, that they kiss.
Mm-hmm.
You're
The
cheating.
first time,
And it's okay.
like, what? Oh,
I
I
said
am
you're
cheating,
cheating and it's okay.
but you know me. I learned from the best, okay? Yeah, so the first one is when, you know, he's like, I'm going to be here and I'm going to protect you. And she's like, I know. And then they just look at each other and they know they just have to kiss. They have to like punctuate it with a kiss. So they come together and they kiss. And it's a very satisfying kiss. And I love that they prolong their kiss. It's not like Lee and Rosemary where like they're allergic to each other's lips or anything. They like
Thankfully.
Even have like small like pecks or longer, which I appreciate. And then, yeah. And then they go back to talking and they talk a little bit and then they go back and she tells him, you know, I hope someday we can have a family like this, which is such a sweet thing to say. We already talked about it. And then he's like, what are you talking about? This is the life I've always wanted. And then they do more kissing.
Someday I hope we might have the kind of life you've always wanted.
This is the kind of life I've always wanted.
It's just so sweet and so perfect. There's like this sweetness about the way Lucas kisses Elizabeth. It's a very like, I adore you and I'm so fine kind of thing. Like, and I love that he prolongs, like pretty much every kiss gets prolonged. So I love that. And the way that kiss ends, it's sweet because he like keeps his lips like pressed to hers. And then like when they pull away, she's the one who's like really taking it in. And then we have like the little nose nuzzle.
Right?
It's like a nice little addition to where like he has this like really satisfied smile on his face before they pull away. It's just so good.
The nose nuzzle on this one is probably the best nose nuzzle. There are so many, but this one is so good. Like,
so
I love it. I love it.
You did a great job of summarizing that because I have almost the exact same thing to describe the kiss. Slow and gentle and sweet and yeah.
Great friggin' mind. What is that?
What?
What is that you put on your head?
I don't know. It's just it's a hair tie that I'm just stretching
Oh,
the oblivion out. Yeah. Okay. Linda, your turn.
Okay. I won't go back to episode 5. We've already talked about that on 2 different kisses. So I'll go with episode 7 when he comes to pick her up from school and he walks her home and her starting to walk her home. And they're talking again about meaningful things that they never talk about, remember? Like family and growing up and what he wanted. And he said that he always wanted to be a one town, one house and have where his family knew everybody and everybody knew his family. And just you can feel the emotions. And then the kiss, and she grabs, I don't know if she grabs his lapels or put her hands on his lapels. So that's a favorite. So it's just another slow and romantic kiss. What's that though?
I was gonna say we have a lapel expert here. She knows because I
right.
can't touch them.
She touches the lapel.
Touches them. Yeah, I didn't think she grabbed them. So, so yeah, so that was definitely one of the top ones for me as well.
I wanted to be here with you.
Well, then that makes us both very lucky.
I love that when he's like, I wanted to be here with you. And she's like, oh. And then that makes us both very lucky. And when she says that, like before they kiss, they're already like super close together. Like they're like talking very closely.
She's expecting a kiss here long before he does. Like she knows he's going to.
Right.
I'm using the same word again, but like punctuate the conversation with. Yeah.
I feel like he's like ready to go in for the kiss, and she just keeps talking. And he's like,
yeah, I have the same impression. It's true. he remains quiet for a while before they kiss.
Yeah. He also looks he kind of looks tired in this scene, doesn't he? I don't think that's intentional, but he just looks sleepy.
I agree.
Okay, It's my turn. This is our last one, right?
Correct.
Okay. Said. Okay. My list is gone, but I do have one in the back of my mind. Okay, we're going back to the I've got scones scene. I like that kiss. I like that one. Which is like, she's like, do you at least have time for a kiss? And he's like, always. And then they like go in for it, and it's like you think that they're gonna kiss for a little while, but and he just like is kind of done. And it's like, she's like, are you sure you don't have time to stay?
Well, do you at least have time for a kiss?
Always.
Are you sure you don't have time to stay?
I like that
When
one.
he-
And
when
it's
he
like,
gets to
so in the compilation that I made, it's like, it mostly goes in order, not all the way, but like it does go from like the first one, which is, and then it goes into this one. And in contrast, it's like they've already like gotten better at kissing. You know what I mean? Here we go, season 9. Okay, Blanca, do you have another one that you can think of?
I was thinking, yeah, to mention one that you girls haven't mentioned, I would say maybe the one where he has just come back from the race, so it's before they sit and have the water with lemon. I like that one as well, because it wasn't super quick and there was no one around, so yeah, it felt in a way intimate and also sweet. So yeah. And it wasn't, just like 1 second, like there are many others who are super quick, but this one was a bit longer, and I always prefer the longer ones.
Yeah. And that's the one I was kind of alluding to with saying that we had done a couple already in season 5. So episode 5. So I was going to go different. That's exactly the one that I was going to say, but I'm like, oh, let's pick a different episode. But
well,
yeah, she's like leaning back. What's that?
Div did kind of mention it because you cheated.
Oh, that's right. She cheated in the other section about it. That's right.
Well, I didn't know that, so I didn't.
No.
That's right. That's right.
It's fine.
I mean, she's totally leaning back, and he's just like,
yeah, the
falling
leaning
into
is very good.
Yeah,
the leaning is similar to the porch one, right? The motion is kind of similar.
Yeah. So I think that is kind of them. I don't think, because even the first one at her house, there's a little bit of a slant. The one that you were talking about, Jillian, a little bit, I think.
Yeah, well, he's so much taller than her that she kind of has to. He just like goes in for it, so she just kind of has to.
That height difference is perfection. Oh my gosh, the height difference.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jack.
Yeah. No. I guess we went through all of them. Although, okay, can I cheat a little bit though? Can I also talk about the forehead kiss?
I'll be right back.
That's
the
right.
forehead kiss is so cute, and she's like, the height difference is even more because she doesn't have her heels on, and she's just like so little, and he just kisses her forehead, and she's like, and okay, he's going to get them dinner.
Why don't I go get us dinner?
Like nothing can be better. Like, let me go get us dinner, and she's like, okay.
Yeah, just think of all the kisses that we didn't mention. There's that one. There's the nose kiss. There's the cheek kiss.
There are hand kisses.
Bring up hand
too.
kisses.
Really sweet. Yeah.
The scoop, which I did mention.
We could do a ranking of hand kisses only.
Right.
And it would be good. Because
non-lip kisses.
About that, but yeah, so many.
There's so many. There's 37.
We got kisses in all but 2 episodes, right? I think
One.
We got a kiss in all episodes that
I think there was just one that they didn't kiss on the lips, and it was
Oh, okay, yeah.
but they still kissed on the he
Right.
kissed her on the hand.
Mhm.
2 each hand. Yeah. So episode
Yep.
2. Not every episode? Yeah. Okay. Yes. So I hope that continues into season 10.
Yeah. I think
Agree.
it
I need a library level 1, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I second that.
Bill
Yeah.
library kiss. Oh my gosh. That's one scene that I overwatch where I skip right to the kisses. Where I'm not where I don't focus on the eye contact. But you guys, to those watching, you should enjoy that scene in its entirety. Don't be like me. For me, it's just the shyness aspect of it, but the scene is, oh my gosh, it's
Fire.
Yeah. The eye contact in that scene is, I would say, it's almost as good as the kisses. Yeah, or the kissing.
Yeah.
It
In the
is.
library?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. so good. I know I'm cheating too. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the season 8 scenes were just so good for me.
Mhm.
But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, now we're just gonna do one more thing before we're done. If you guys can say your top favorite, which I mean, this will probably overlap on this for sure, but your very favorite Gustav moment from season 9.
Oh, am I going first?
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna pick a non-Lucas Gustav one. I'm gonna pick
That's fine.
what?
That's fine. Just any Gustav. We're just doing Gustav.
This is so short, but the scene between him and Elizabeth from episode 3, where she comes in and thanks him for the party.
Bonjour.
Gustav, merci pour l'autre soir.
You are welcome, mademoiselle. And once more, congratulations.
Well, thank you. Is Lucas in his office?
Where else?
They talk a little in French.
Mm-hmm.
And I like this because it's the first real conversation we've seen between Elizabeth and Gustav. We had the short one from season 8 before the couch scene. But I like this level of comfort that you see. And okay, confession, I'm not the biggest fan of the cousin angle because I think it's very, very retcon, but it is what it is. And I like that Elizabeth is interacting more with his family.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, and it's so he's so crusty with Lucas and just gives him this attitude and scowls at him, and then when he sees Elizabeth he's all sunshiny and smiley, and it's this total contrast, which I just
Yeah. And I agree.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We kind of had him all of a sudden be cousins, but I think it's because we were screaming for more Gustav, and so they're like, "Well, the best way is to have him be related to." someone.
I actually love that they're cousins. I love it. I know it drives you crazy, Div, because they never mentioned it before, but
it's for over 2.5 seasons it wasn't 3 seasons.
3 seasons basically. Yeah.
3 seasons. We never got the impression, and then they just threw this in. But anyways, yeah.
I'm totally fine with it. And I love how when Henry was like, "He's your cousin," because we were all like, "What?"
Yeah.
He
totally
totally
for us all.
Yeah, he was all of us, right?
Yeah. I like it though.
Blanca, you feel like me, right? I think you and I have talked about it.
Yeah. For me, it was very random. Yeah, out of the blue, and I in my head, I don't see them as cousins or related for me, because I don't know. I had already this image of them having another kind of dynamic, totally different, not being related in any way. So
the employee,
it's still the same way.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed. They can say whatever they want. For me, it's good stuff.
Yeah. Just give me more scenes. Just give me more Gustav Lucas scenes. I think we did a good job campaigning for it.
Yep.
Yeah,
before season 9.
I think so. I mean, we got it on our mugs.
I mean, he was showing up playing his accordion everywhere, including in the middle of Elizabeth and Lucas's conversation. But anyway,
Thanks, Gustav.
the new accordion guy.
Yeah. Okay, Linda, what's your top favorite Gustav moment?
Yeah, I think I had a few, and I think I'm going to go with my favorite being when he offers to play his accordion and play Happy Birthday for Elizabeth. And
Won't be
Lucas
necessary.
is like, no, that's okay.
Or would you like me to play Happy Birthday on my accordion?
That won't be necessary.
Très besoin.
Could you just disregard the fact that I speak French too?
And then he speaks French and he's like, what do you think? I don't understand French? When Lucas is like, I don't know what he said. I'd love to kind of know what he might have said in French.
He said, so I don't remember, but it means like spoil sport. Someone
Gotcha.
raised-
Gotcha.
I Google translated it.
Gotcha. I wasn't able to come close enough to what he said to kind of try and figure it out. So all those years of French did not pay off for me. But anyway, so yeah, that was my favorite because he's like, what do you think? I don't understand French. You know, you forget to say, I know what you're
Sounds
thinking.
fact that I speak French too, or something.
Oh, it was just a funny banter.
Yeah.
Lucas is like, okay. And then he leaves because he's like, I'm not going to win this.
Yeah.
No.
I love it.
Okay, my turn.
Yep.
My hands down, my favorite Gustav moment from season 9 was maybe yes, maybe no.
Are you sure you're ready?
Maybe yes, maybe no. What?
I love it so much. And he's like, and Lucas is like, what?
Is that what he says right before the party where he's trying to? Yeah.
That was funny. Yeah.
Well,
Lucas comes in, he's like adjusting his cufflinks and stuff, and he's
Mhm.
like, "Are you
He's all
ready?"
nervous. Mhm.
Maybe yes, maybe no.
To troll. He's
What?
totally trolling.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah, that's my favorite. Blanca, what's your favorite?
My favorite was or is the one at the season finale in the scene where he goes to Elizabeth's house and they talk. And I like that when he's worried about Lucas and Elizabeth suggests that, well, Nathan could go and see if he's okay. And he's like, the Mountie would do that?
Yeah.
I can ask Nathan to ride up to the ridge and try finding him.
The Mountie. He would do that?
Because it's like I was like totally relating to Gustav at that moment, because I was like, I know he's not a very good Mountie. You would think that he has to take care of the people in town, but being it Lucas, you know, I could see that he had second thoughts about that. And I love it because he kind of roasted Nathan in that moment. When Elizabeth says he's a very good man, he doesn't say something like, oh, I wasn't saying that he's not, I wasn't implying that he isn't. He just says, I would feel much better, thank you, or something like that. So yeah, you can tell he's not Nathan's #1 fan. And I like that.
Yeah.
I relate. I can relate.
Relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
We can see that he genuinely cares about Lucas. I mean, we only see him like being all snarky and like, you know, like dismissive towards him. Here we just really see this genuine affection that he has for Lucas.
Yeah.
And it kind of it shows that like he's concerned for Lucas, but like Elizabeth knows Lucas better. Even though Gustav is his cousin, they're family and they've worked together for years now. But like Elizabeth is like, oh, like she's the one that's comforting him. Like, oh, you don't have to worry about, like, he's fine. You know? Yeah. Like she knows.
And I think that's why it was important that your scene at the beginning of the season kind of happened where they met, you know, they showed that they've interacted before when she's thanking him for the party and stuff, and you know, so that at the end it doesn't go like, why is she going over to see him, you know, and confide in him. I mean, confide in Elizabeth, sorry, her.
Yeah.
So otherwise it wouldn't kind of make sense. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of would a little bit just because it's Elizabeth, but
But it works better
it'd be
that
odd
way.
if they had just like
Yeah.
that's their first time they interacted.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe we all had different ones.
Yeah.
It's kind of impressive.
There you go.
Like 4 of us, we all had different Gustav moments. There's not that many. Like I think we covered all of them.
And we didn't even get really to him actually playing the accordion everywhere.
True. Yeah, I guess there's that. Yeah.
He's so
Okay.
multi-talented. I'm glad they got him out of the kitchen and like
Right?
out into the streets of Hope Valley.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And the accordion. So funny. So that's all we have for today. So
Yeah, cool
right?
if I was just gonna say, I meant to tell you this earlier. I think it would be cool if people listed their favorites in the comment
Yeah.
section. Their favorite
Yes.
scenes, their favorite
Yeah.
kiss.
Yes, definitely let us know what your favorite scenes are, what your favorite kisses are, especially if you have different ones than us. And
Yeah.
then what your top favorite Gustav moment is. I think we covered all of them, but so make sure you let us know in the comments below. And also follow us on Twitter at Lugabeth Lounge and on Instagram at the Lugabeth Lounge. Did I do that right? I never know. I think that's right.
Yeah, I think you're
And,
right.
and make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube so that you don't miss anything. Turn on the notifications, so we're just like, here we are. There's a new video. And then, listen and watch. And thank you so much for listening, watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Everyone.